Well, hey, this is kind of a very special Valentine's episode. On a very special Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's, guys.
Nice. I love you guys.
I love you.
Brought you some heart-shaped,
Teddy bears?
I don't know where you're going with that one.
I don't either.
I wasn't going to touch it at all.
Well, so has there, speaking of Valentine's, why not pay tribute? Has there been one fail that sticks out in memory, like over the years? You've been married for how many years?
31.
So out of 31 years, have you ever shit the bed on Valentine's Day and woke up that morning and realized, oh my God, it's Valentine's Day and I have nothing?
No, I've been really good about it.
Have you?
Absolutely. You know, I do know those people that have to run by Walgreens,
Yeah.
you know, and do all of that. But no, I'm always...
Or Thornton's.
I'm
Yeah, I was going to say the gas station. Where's y'all's Valentine section?
As a matter of fact,
Just a fistful of lottery cards.
I actually do like going just by like Walgreens or something on the way home on Valentine's Day just to see all the poor,
It's great people watching.
to see all the poor dudes that have forgotten and they've only got like 3 selection of cards left.
Yeah.
And they're fighting.
And they're all to their mom. You know?
My dad
She's marking it out.
Yeah.
Dear mom.
Yeah.
We used to joke, my dad was notorious back in the day when we were little of going out Christmas Eve to do shopping. So it's very similar. Well, how many years you been married?
28.
You're not going to have a good story about dropping the ball, are you?
I don't have a good story, but I know I have. Like, I remember a birthday that it was like when we first moved to Louisville.
Rick's breathing off hard. That's all I'm saying.
We need an EKG in here.
I just thought he was getting. I thought he was getting excited about Valentine's Day. He's like, well, I'm gonna.
These new
having respiratory issues.
is these Yankee Candle scented microphones. He's just taking it all in.
I'm turning this off.
No, don't. We love to hear you breathe.
As you were saying.
But it was a birthday. It was several years ago that I was super busy. I remember that because I just started work at the TV station and I just ran out of time. And then like I got her, I just like went to Target, I think, and just got a bunch of stuff and just left it in the Target bag.
Well, I mean,
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it's red.
You know, we don't go
Hey,
crazy.
sorry, Jamie, move that cup. It's right in. It's like Jason looks like he has a hose stuck in his chest.
That's my bone hole.
Listener, just so you know what a bone hole is, that's the literal translation for asabuco. Bone hole.
I need
Asabuco in the bone hole.
some teepee. Bone hole.
You got a
Bone
problem if
hole.
you need pee-pee for your bone hole.
That's a new great slang. I don't know where you want to do it, in your bone hole.
No. I'm putting
No, the great thing about being married
my foot
for
down.
a long
No.
the great thing about being married for a long time, it's like you don't have to like live up to all those expectations when you were young.
Oh, the bar steadily lowers over the years.
It just doesn't lower. It just sort of
Mellows.
averages out.
Mellows.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, you know, today it would just be chocolate, probably candles, and then Chinese, you know?
Well, I'm not
Food
sure
or
how
people?
the Chinese people fit into that, but
People.
you got your kinks. Everybody's got their thing. I think it's great you all share that.
Yeah.
We do.
It'd be weird if it was just you.
We love upside down pineapples. What can I say?
So speaking of that tradition, so my bar that I have to live up to every 2/14 is I don't know how this started. It was a long time ago, but I cooked dinner on Valentine's Day. So I mean, I've had good luck. It's always, you know, trying to cook something that Mary likes. So it's not necessarily, you know, going, you know, out and getting steaks or whatever, you know, something that I would do. But anyway, it's something that always looms in the back of my mind. And then when we're done podcasting, I'll run by Fresh Market and sort of figure something out.
Well, I've got a few recipes I know she really loves. So
I held that long enough. In the end, I want you to push in if you could. How dare you, sir? How very dare you?
Oh, take it easy on the cilantro.
That's me. That's me.
That is really specific.
Speaking Speaking of cilantro, anyone else taste like soap?
No.
Just me? Yeah, it's a genetic thing.
I love cilantro.
No, it's
Really?
soap.
I love soap.
It's soap.
Really? Wow.
But and I always, we used to joke in the house. She's like, it's not soap. I'm like, no, it tastes like soap to me.
Like-
That's true. That's a genetic
Wow.
thing that certain.
So how do you know
people-
it tastes like soap?
Because of my mouth when I was a little kid. And
Oh,
yeah, no, it's totally soap. It's 100% soap. It tastes like somebody squeezed in dish detergent.
That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, after
little,
COVID,
and little amounts I can take if it's just super subtle
Well, I
and
can't take-
salsa and stuff.
Yeah, I
but,
can't take a lot of cilantro anyways.
But if I see the leaves on top of tacos, it's out of there.
really,
Yep.
wow.
Nope. Cannot do.
It's my favorite thing in white chicken chili is some cilantro.
Yeah.
Well, that's racist chili, first of all. And,
Well, it sort of fits the country that we're in right now.
oh my goodness, unbelievable! I know we don't like to be political, but
Yeah,
we
it's
are in the full
pretty-
fuck around and find out mode.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
The industries that are being, Mary, who's a grant writer, it's upended everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't even know if, we were going to get money for college.
Yeah.
Because that is run by the U.S. Department of Education, FAFSA.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like a lot of scary moments.
Yep.
But, and still, who knows?
Yep.
But
We have a client whose show's been impacted. USAID,
Yeah.
huge sponsor.
oh, really?
Nope, gone. They got a phone call immediately, like, we're done.
And
Oh,
that
who-
that
oh,
that
we'll
has
talk
affected
afterwards.
so many people and will continue to affect so many people.
Oh, we've just started, dude. It's
Well, I mean, just
started.
the USAID, you've got farmers now that have overabundance of soy,
Yep.
Yeah,
peanuts,
yeah. It's not going
corn,
anywhere.
that it's just going to sit and rot.
Yep.
Yep.
And these are, I don't know if you saw the one farmer that came out the other day. He's like, man, I should have really done my research.
What?
And I'm
you
like,
think?
I'm like, really? You had to think about research?
Again,
Yeah.
fuck around and find out. Apologize for the language, but we're in full mode right now.
But it's crazy. The tariffs are just going to, it's going to increase the price of everything.
Yeah, now it's a tit for tat, and everybody's returning serve. So it's like, okay, now it's just sound bites.
And-
It's just red meat.
And I don't know about you guys. I've tried to stay away from it just because,
Just
we've
to
all-
be sane.
Yeah.
to be sane and just to
Mental health.
preserve your mental health. But I couldn't help but watch that full clip of Elon Musk in the White House the other day,
With the sun.
Yeah, that was
and-
disturbing.
and it was very disturbing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's the first time I've ever seen Donald Trump in a position to where,
Weakness.
he was emasculated almost.
yeah.
Well, not to mention then the son telling him you're not the real president. It's like,
Yeah.
Shush.
that doesn't come from the mind of a child. He's like a macaw. He's repeating what he's heard.
But the best part was when he wiped all his boogers on the desk.
oh, I know,
Love that.
I know.
It's like we feel you kid. We all want to wipe our boogers on his desk.
the best,
I applaud him for that.
the best part was I saw a meme. Somebody just did a great job, some great Photoshop work where you had Elon Musk and his son on his shoulders, and then you had Trump sitting at his desk, and they had Photoshopped Don Jr. on top of his shoulder.
Bring your son to work.
And it was done so well. I was like, yeah, bravo. That's amazing.
Time well spent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I, you don't. We talk about conspiracy theories on the show, and I don't lean into those ever. They're fun to talk about.
Yeah.
But
Just
you
for
watch
entertainment.
that and you start to think, this seems really suspect.
Oh, absolutely. It seems really suspect that he's been cutting all these government agencies.
That are all investigating him.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
he immediately
Starlink.
gets awarded a contract for $400 million.
And I did read that might possibly not be true
No, it is.
Which contract?
It's armored Teslas
for the military.
for the military. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
$400 million supposedly.
Yeah.
But
Well, what is true though is I forget which branch or agency was doing that for investigating the Starlink.
yeah, in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Russia was possibly taking over some of the installations and then hacking into it, and I mean, it's whatever you think. You can't deny that it's a conflict of interest.
Oh, it's
100%.
totally a conflict of interest. And I don't know if you guys saw this morning, the Doge website got hacked.
Oh, really?
It was taken down because they had left. These guys are supposed to be geniuses.
Yeah.
And they left.
I've been to Apple too, so the Apple Store, and I don't know if they qualify as geniuses, even though they say it on their shirt.
They had left
it's right there on the bar.
They had left a very, very vulnerable thing open for it to be hacked. And it's
speaking of hack, is there been anything to play out? What happened with Anonymous? I thought there was a big announcement with Anonymous.
Did he release his social security number and his cell phone number?
Did it end there though? I thought it was just a prelude to we're going to roll out a bunch of.
Well, if he tells you, then it's not anonymous.
Word. But word.
I am also an alcoholic.
But
You're supposed to say hi, Jason.
It's just the whole thing is just bizarre. It's like some
bizarre.
It's like some really bad Austin Powers movie.
Yeah, it's an SNL sketch.
Yeah.
I mean, and what's so funny is remember the whole tan suit.
Yeah.
And it's
boy, wasn't that a great day when that could be
I know.
the big topic?
Yeah, and then just to see this.
Well, to see these tan faces now. The other day they had a shot of him and RFK Jr. It's like I think they're all using the same the shade of tan bronze. Yeah,
But just to see Musk in the Oval Office, which is a pretty important place in this country,
wearing a fucking baseball cap.
Yeah, and a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And with your son crawling around. I mean, there's
putting
no
boogers
sense,
on the
There's no
resolutions.
sense of decorum or anything.
And he's also when he was meeting with Prime Minister from India yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was also reported that that Trump's mugshot is right outside the door and the entrance to that.
Yeah, right outside the Oval Office. It's hanging on the wall.
And then you heard the major deal that they wanted to do with India is he wants to sell them basically all of our some of our stealth fighters.
Yep.
And why that's a big deal is India is sort of, they're really good friends with Russia.
Sure.
So it doesn't take a scientist or a genius to figure out that they're going to buy one of these and let.
Wasn't China trying to court them too
in
a similar way? Yeah.
So it's like, it's just
We're
crazy.
just living in a bizarro world. I think two things.
Thank
I know
God
we
for
don't
it.
want to keep talking about politics forever, but I do think two things come to mind. Number one, Stephen Miller in the playbook of let's throw so much shit against the wall that they don't even know what to respond to. Brilliant tactic.
Yeah.
There's another playbook going on. It's like Democrats are playing checkers and the Republicans are operating at a level of a chessboard, which I think to our detriment.
Well,
we really need to look in the mirror and be like, you can no longer continue, in my opinion, treating the situation as though it's the normal world, because it's not anymore. And the old playbook of facts and logic and the processes and the normal procedures and steps to take, by the time stuff's litigated, the damage is done. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
You're playing long form here. Damage is already done.
Well, that's the whole thing of with the Doge going in and eliminating all these places.
Yeah.
Is
it's illegal.
And the damage is done. Like you can say, well, we can't put the genie back in the bottle now. The damage has been done. These people are out, and you've set a precedent that you can go in and do this when it's not following any of the rules of the court system and of giving people ample time to discover what really is the issue that these people are getting let go for. I mean, it's just all being thrown under the bus, and it's insane.
Well,
it's
what's
driving me crazy.
And their use of the word fraud
Well,
is brilliant. Hate it, loathe it. I cringe every time I hear it. Everybody can agree there is waste. 100%. We all can agree. Let's focus on waste and get efficient and streamline things. But fraud triggers a whole nother thing that basically throws the baby out with the bathwater.
Right. And there's always this idea that anybody that's opposing this is against the checks and balances of making sure that there isn't any overspending. Like, I want it to be efficient. I want it to be like, if there's something wrong, take it out, fix it. But don't just clean out everything and burn it all to the ground. Like, be efficient about being efficient.
Yeah. It's the difference between thinking government can serve the people and for good versus no, all government is bad. And,
Right.
But
I'm glad we're not talking about politics, because it's important to not do that.
One more thing, like you said, Democrats have always brought harsh words to a gunfight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a great way to put it.
But Americans are starting to see
Stop.
some of these Americans.
Don't.
I know some of these Americans are really starting to see what's happened. Like, I don't know if you guys saw in Alabama, there was a public utility that got money from the government to help people.
Oh,
with
yeah,
their,
yeah.
So there was like, I don't know how many people in Alabama got a letter from their local cooperative said that, guess what, the $100 that,
Yeah, that's gone.
well, you got to pay it back now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, really? They
Yes.
want it back.
Because they gave them the credit because the money was supposed to come in, and the money hasn't come in.
Now they need it.
Yep. And
Oh, wow. Now shit just got real.
so you're going to start seeing shit like that. You know, it's
And
but-
again, it's the average American, that's impacted by
Yes.
that. That's just
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty crazy when it's the billionaire class. It's the billionaire class. It's
Yes.
what it is, and this whole tech bro shit is sort of
Yeah.
out of control.
Yep.
That's a whole other topic. Seeing what Meta has done, the people they laid off this year. I mean, this week, 3,600 people,
Oh, really?
while they're still taking record profits.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And last night I was just like, you know what? I'm going to download Signal. I'm hearing some great things about
Signal. What's Signal?
It's basically like WhatsApp, except for it's not owned by Meta, but it's a total private communication tool. Because I'm not trying to be crazy, but I could foresee a time to where it might be able to express your thoughts.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So, and so yeah, I've downloaded Signal. I'm going to start playing with that and just seeing how that works. But I think you got to start thinking about these things. It's pretty crazy time out there right now.
Yeah, and I don't typically post a lot of political stuff on Facebook.
Oh, I don't either. Yeah,
But lately,
used to.
But lately, I felt like if they're gonna say it, then I should be able to say it too. So I've put a couple things, and they're not even like super political, just like more like humanistic.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of
Compassionate.
being open and like honest and like there are things we can do to talk to each other in a with manners and just have open conversations. And like the one time I do that, I think it was about the halftime show. Some dude I don't even know just like found my page. I probably
What'd they
because
say?
there's some hashtag, and he said, yeah, all this DEI, the trans crap, gay BLM, it's all over. It's all in it's in its demise. I was like, well, okay, you're either a bot or you've done the
So how'd you like the halftime show?
yeah. So I went on like I just like, all right, I'm gonna go off, and so I wrote like a several paragraph post. It was really just for me, but I just put it up publicly. And then his response was copy and paste and put the same thing at the end. So it was like I went through all this trouble, spent like an hour writing this thing just to get it out of my system.
You should use
And what'd he
AI
do?
for that.
He just pretty much copied and pasted his first comment down like, yep, demise, Black Lives Matter, gay, trans crap, it's all going away.
my only
didn't even
my only
listen to read
complaint about that halftime show was the audio mix. I thought the audio,
audio wasn't great.
I thought the audio was terrible.
Yeah.
It's like because
But they always are.
Yeah.
sometimes
To varying degrees.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
This one was worse than usual.
Yeah.
It's like
The audio for Prince was badass.
Yeah,
I can tell you
absolutely.
Well,
that.
I mean, that still holds it sets the standard of
I'm sorry.
show.
Yeah, Prince is like the best.
And I even said that it's like, you can say what you want because there's always this hyperbole of
I know.
it's always the best halftime show
Or
it's always
the
the worst
Yeah,
halftime
yeah.
show. There's no in between. It's like you can have in
No,
between.
no. I loved the performance. I loved, my thing was I just couldn't stop staring at those fucking jeans forever because it's like I want a pair of those.
Well, you weren't alone. Did you hear about the sales of those women's
yes.
bell bottoms
Bootcut.
that went nuts?
Well, did you hear originally who those jeans were for?
No.
Okay, so the
Britney Spears.
no. What's the person called that's in charge of costuming for people?
Costume
Wardrobe?
designer, dresser.
Wardrobe. So the wardrobe person for Kendrick is the same wardrobe person for Timothy Chalamet or Timothy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, love it.
She had got those for him
Love
to
it.
wear.
Was he supposed to perform too?
No.
No, I'm not like that's a legit
No.
question because I'll
But for some reason, he ended up wanting to wear something else. So that's why they looked a little longer on him.
Nice.
But isn't that
'Cause he's a
funny?
short guy.
Yeah. But it's like I was like, bro, man, those jeans are tight. They're legit. Dude.
Well, I will say, mad respect for the artist. I want to now go listen to more of his music. Not super familiar, but as soon
You
as
should.
I saw,
You definitely
as
should.
soon as I saw Serena Williams
Crip
crip walking,
yeah.
and knowing the relationship there was like, oh my.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like. It was such a quick, shot of her. I was like, was that her? I was like, that wasn't for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, you should definitely go. So the album before the one that's out now, GNX is out now, but the Mr. Morale, the one that came out like 2 years ago, almost a completely flawless album.
Yep.
Really?
From beginning to end. Yeah, it has some great tunes on there, and there's some like really introspective stuff.
Do yourself a favor when you're cooking tonight. Take a little hit off that weed pen, turn up some Kendrick Lamar, man, and it's something.
Okay.
It's enjoyable.
What am I looking for? Album from 2 years ago?
Yeah, Mr. Morale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or just go to the artist on Apple Music and just listen.
Yeah,
to it.
I mean,
it's just it's amazing.
DNA was great. I mean, that's off the previous album, and Humble. I mean,
No, those are the two that I'm obviously familiar with.
But
So
that album, like there is all these little things of storytelling that are just phenomenal, and it leans into how rap music used to be pretty homophobic and all that. There's a song in there. I think it's called Anti something, but it's about an aunt of his that's a man now. So it's a song about transgender.
Oh.
And it's like this really honest feeling that he has about like what the things you said as a kid, and then you have this person in your family who now lives that lifestyle. So then
Makes you reevaluate.
how do you now address what I've said in the past and my feelings that I've had, but I know this person as an individual, and those things don't matter to me. And then to have an honest conversation about it.
Yeah, that's real-time evolution.
Yeah, and that happens in the song. And
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers,
Yeah.
is that the
Yeah, yeah.
album? Okay.
what's the name of that song? It's on there. The Auntie. It's like towards the end.
Rick, what did you think of the halftime? No.
Auntie Diaries.
Auntie Diaries.
It's a two disc album.
What was what's your favorite Super Bowl performance that you've ever?
It's got to be Prince.
Probably
New
not.
Kids on the Block.
I have to think about it because
Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake.
The Prince one was good.
was good.
Really?
I
Good.
That's
You really putting yourself out
that's
there.
a very
I don't
warm
pay that
water.
much attention to it, quite honestly. I don't pay that much attention to it.
Well, I got to say, whoever queued up the rain during Purple Rain, I mean, how freaking iconic.
And you guys,
those camera shots.
have you guys seen behind the scenes of that where the producer calls him in his trailer and says, Prince, it is pouring down raining, man. Are you okay with doing this?
The show must go on.
And
How slippery is the stage?
what Prince said was, can you make it rain harder?
Really? He said that?
Yeah, is that balls or balls?
He's like, let me play this guitar. And I'll
Or
get
little
wetter."
Prince, little Prince balls.
About to get real wet.
It just got real wet.
But I mean, he was wearing high heels. It was raining.
It's Prince.
He's got electric guitar.
Well, and that
I
whole
mean,
the
it's-
big drape that was behind him, and it was
the silhouette.
Yeah.
It was
Just
I mean, so like that,
unbelievable.
he set the stand. Like that's the bar.
Yep.
I mean, there's no doubt.
Yep.
The one that we were talking about, so Tony and I were talking about it, like kind of going through like what was some of the ones that we've seen that are not great was the Maroon 5. Did you see that one?
Probably.
It's like from 19.
I
Maybe?
probably avoided that.
It was Maroon 5. I don't know who else it was. Big Boy from Outkast. He was only the high part of it. But it was like whenever what's the dude's name that's in Maroon 5? He's on The Voice.
Adam Levine.
That guy. So it's when he was going through his like yeah.
You have big Maroon 5 fan over there. You barely cough up Prince, but Maroon 5 and you light up.
He's like, I loved it. But when he removed his shirt,
Wait till you talk about Nickelback.
What?
yeah, during the performance, he just decided to take off his shirt and show off his tattoos. It was like, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I do
you're
remember,
reaching.
like when TiVo's first came out, okay, that we were watching the Super Bowl, and it was the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake.
yeah.
Nice.
The
You just
wardrobe
wore it out,
malfunction.
didn't you? You
And
wore it out. didn't
apparently,
you?
I wasn't the only one. That was the most at that time. It was like
Most
the
TiVo'd moment.
most TiVo rewind. Yeah. Because I was like, did that just really happen? Did that? No. That
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Well,
like,
so for somebody that, because I didn't, but for somebody that sounds like you, Zabruder film, analyzed this thing.
Well, you can go frame by frame on a TiVo.
Her look at him, didn't it look like a dramatic, pre-thought out thing? Or do you think it was an honest, vulnerable moment?
it was intentional. 100%.
I mean, I think backstage, like, what do you think? You want to? She's like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. She goes, nasty if you want to be.
And he goes, I want to be.
He's like, what do you think, Jen? That's Mess Jackson if you're nasty.
And I am. Wow.
Oh my God.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I thought that performance was it was impressive.
Well, and it was
And
a beautiful
and
mix
it's
of
so-
art and music, and Samuel Jackson being the
There are
iconic
so
Uncle
many
Sam.
levels to it, and layers.
I wonder how Drake felt.
Well, not to mention when he called him out by name.
And then looked at the camera
Looked
and smiled.
right
Yeah,
at the
I
camera.
know.
Hey,
It's
Drake.
like,
Then you have a whole stadium yelling a minor.
Yeah. And it's so funny to go back and watch, TikTok and see all these people that really only focus on that part of the performance.
Yeah.
As like, that's what this whole thing was about. It's like, well, yes and no, but
it's one out of 20 layers.
yeah, it's just, it was
The
and
use and
everything.
choreography, the costuming, the American flag made out of black man. I mean,
That Grand
just
National, Grand
every-
National,
Yeah.
man, at the beginning. I always wanted a Grand
The
National.
Squid Game
Yes,
references,
the prison
place-
yard shots from the,
the
aerial view, just
PlayStation.
all of it.
Now, I'm so glad. So they did a song at the very end, TV Off, which is on his new album, which is a great song. But it has this guy on there. His name is Lefty Gunplay. And I've been talking about him at home all the time because he's the worst.
I think that should be Rick's new name. Yeah,
Lefty
am
gunplay.
Lefty Bonehole.
Lefty Bone Play. But if you get a chance, look up Lefty Gunplay. So he's some ex-gangbanger from California that just happened to be on that song. And I think he says 6 words in the entire song. And he repeats them over and over. But now he thinks he's like the greatest rapper ever lived. And he's like, he also doesn't wear a shirt. He's just covered in tattoos. But you can tell that he is this guy that has been given this one opportunity. He's taken full advantage of it. But he is like, I think there's something wrong with him. There's just, he's like, his elevator doesn't go all the way to the top.
Yeah, sort of like the SNL skit Cowbell. I mean,
Yeah, but like there was an interview because he's
So was he part of the halftime
no,
show?
I was, and thank God, because I was like, please don't bring out Lefty Gunplay, please. Don't.
It's not like this was shooting above Lefty's level.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. If you get a chance, just now I'm on that algorithm of Lefty Gunplay, so it's like every other TikTok is Lefty Gunplay.
Yeah, I'm gonna avoid that algorithm.
Because there's like because he's now making money and he's he didn't grow up with money.
Right.
Lefty, if you're listening to this podcast, I love you, dude.
My name is James Pence. I love chickens.
If his name was like Lefty Tickle Play, I would be making fun of him. But no, it's Lefty Gunplay. Okay,
Well,
so
speaking of, you just triggered me because where's the eggs?
they're downstairs.
Yeah.
You did bring them?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Listener, Jamie produces eggs at home. Well, he
His chickens do.
I don't.
chickens do.
I don't produce eggs.
But this is what an opportune time.
Yeah, right now it's a gold mine. I've got people come to the house. They're like, "Man, could I just buy a dozen eggs for?"
Man, I just need a hit, man.
Come on, man. Pick me up, man.
So,
I gotta get my omelet on.
but yeah, they're doing good, man.
How many chickens do you have?
Don't they go
14,
dormant in cold weather though?
They
Or are you putting a heat lamp in there?
they
and-
usually do,
They're just squeezing it.
but
I
these
don't
are
think y'all know how chickens work.
but these are new. These are new chickens. So they're
What happened to the old chicken?
well, we sort of had an incident where something got into our cage, ripped it open. Yeah.
Oh,
One of the kids?
No. This
Fox?
was like an animal, and it
Do you
was
know what it was?
too big to be a fox.
Too big to be a fox.
There's been some bear sightings.
bear?
Really?
Yeah.
For real?
Black bear for real. Yeah. The people have caught them on their door cams.
Well, I was going to ask, have you since put
We've
Trail cam on?
this is now like it is like Fort Knox the way we have that secured now. So
well, I mean, price of eggs, it better be.
I know. So, but anyway,
Equivalent.
so these are new young adolescent chickens. So that
And what
chicken
breed are
vagina is what's that?
What breed?
Do they hang out with adolescent deer?
Different breeds. I forget all the names. We just like
So
look
you're not being a lead about it. You're letting them commingle with other breeds.
Oh
And-
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We are the world, man.
Love it.
So
and you have some here for us.
absolutely,
When's the last time you cracked one and got a double yolk?
it's been a while. It's been a while.
That.
Yeah.
It's like one of those lottery moments.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Today's going to be a good day.
Is that there is something in the restaurant scene, in the cooking scene, that if you do one, you're supposed to get laid or something.
So if you crack one open,
Yeah.
yeah. Is that like an immediate, like, okay, who's going to have sex with me? Because
I don't know.
just opened it, or
I don't
like
know.
a lucky thing?
I
Like
just
a coupon, yeah.
I had saw it.
Like a golden ticket.
I'd like to turn this
Willy
in now.
Wonka.
I mean, I just
like to Willy
saw it
my
on
Wonka.
Reddit.
Ladies.
They're like, yeah, in the kitchen scene. That's it's like, okay, that's a.
You sure this is not an episode of The Bear?
What a great show.
Still, have not watched it.
I
Yeah,
haven't
you
either.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I did take one of your all's recommendations, and I finally got out.
Finally got some help.
I finally got out of that gig that was like just crazy, and I have some time, so I've been watching Shrinking.
Oh yeah, good for you.
God, that's a great.
Oh, did you
series.
hear about like half of those sets burned down?
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
Which is a shame. But Harrison Ford's like, we'll rebuild. Don't worry, kid.
What a great role for him, right? What a
Yeah.
great role for him.
At first, I was like,
I know.
I don't know.
But then all of a
Yeah,
sudden, you were
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no,
Are
no.
you, and
this
you're,
is-
how far are you into your first season? I'm guessing.
No, we're into the second season.
Oh, yeah.
We've only got 2 episodes left.
Oh yeah,
Second
it's
season.
And I forget her name, Williams.
Gabby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so in love with her.
Yeah, she's great.
So in love with her. Now
Yeah.
follow her on the Insta thanks to our friend Jacqueline. Shout out Jacqueline podcast.
Alum.
But she's just love her energy.
Yeah, the whole show's great.
Yeah.
That last episode was just like, ugh. I
It
mean,
really.
Is that one the one that finishes on the bench? at
Okay.
The bus?
Yes.
Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't tell me that.
yeah. And then Keanu Reeves pulls up in the bus
Yeah,
and
and he's
Sandra Bullock.
sad. He's sad. He
Well,
just
and
had-
Forrest Gump joins him on the
Yeah.
bench.
Yeah. And like, we're gonna go
I still
save
think
the world.
I still think Apple TV has some of the best programming out there.
Yeah.
Streaming services.
Silo, anybody?
Oh yeah.
No,
Yep.
no,
I've started watching the second season. so-
I've got one left on Silo.
The first season I'm not.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It was hard for me, and
It's a slow burn.
At night is my
I felt like I
prime
got
viewing.
burned by watching. It's like I don't care.
My my prime viewing for such things is late at night, in bed on the iPad, and it's one of those that if anything's quiet until like Severance is like I finally
Man, we
thankfully started watching with Mary, so it's prime viewing because
Yeah.
I kept falling asleep.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of but man,
Are you caught
what
up?
a great
No,
show.
so Tony had only
New
watched-
episode tonight, right?
Yeah. Are you caught up?
I haven't seen tonight's, but
But you saw last week.
It's
Yeah,
on
the-
right now.
Fuck, that was
Rick's watching it right now.
I'm in it. What are you talking about?
He's got
guys,
he's severed when he came in here.
they're about
I'm
to
an
get rid of
innie. This is my innie.
He showed me his Audi earlier.
which if you haven't, you have anybody that is a fan of Severance, go look up Stephen Colbert's
Yes.
little video spoof he did. If you
Oh,
haven't
is it
seen
good?
Yeah.
it's hilarious. It's him coming down, and as soon as he comes off the elevator, he is Stephen Colbert innie, and he is very disruptive and hilarious. And I mean,
Awesome.
it's
I'll check it
just-
out.
It's one of the funniest things I've seen in quite a
Yeah.
while. Well done.
Yeah, we,
But yeah, that
Ben Stiller,
episode.
dude. Ben Stiller, man.
Everybody
Yeah.
involved in that show, and that last episode that I saw, as though you never existed, that hit hard.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Tony had only seen like the first 2.5 episodes of the first season, and same, she kept falling asleep. So
Yep.
like, all right, she's like, well, I guess we got to watch it.
Yep.
So like, I'll sit and watch it with you. So I
Yep.
rewatched it a second
I
time.
did the same with Mary,
which
for
was
season
good
1.
because I had watched most of the episodes on a plane and it was kind of
Yep.
in and out. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
You got to really focus.
yeah, I was like, I
Yeah.
don't remember this part. So it
Yeah.
was good.
And everything is so intentional and sometimes subtle, sometimes not. But every choice is so intentional. You really, if you don't pay attention, you can still enjoy it. But there's so much richness under the top, surface of it to be enjoyed if you really focus on it.
yeah, what a
And it's one of those that you can go back. When I went back and rewatched season 1 with Mary, I picked up stuff that I was oblivious to, like, oh wow,
Right,
this
right.
now fits with that.
right.
And,
What's that having that
Callbacks
hindsight of
and-
2020 of knowing what's coming and then
Yep.
you go, oh,
I mean, even that last episode, there were so many references to earlier
Yeah,
things that
yeah.
had happened.
My
that-
son had called that reveal like
Oh, same.
3 episodes, 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Well,
me-
I wasn't that.
me too.
I wasn't that
Yeah.
prior, but
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
And the first thing that I noticed was I never heard the chime when she went down on the elevator, and that was when it was like, wait a minute. And I rewound. It was like, for some reason the chime always stuck with me, and all of a sudden when she came down, there's no chime. It's like, wait a minute, that's not.
when
she's
she
not-
was getting in her car to go home and the driver was taking her,
Yeah.
that was it for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
But which one? What episode are we talking about?
Oh no, you have to wait. You have to get caught up.
that's episode 2 or 3.
Oh, of this season?
Yeah.
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 Spoiler alert. Jeez.
Well, I didn't tell you. Didn't tell you what we came up with.
Drink some more bourbon. You'll
Speaking of, shout out. I
what
noticed
have you
the
got?
label. You got a little Bardstown action going.
Yes, Bardstown Bourbon. This is one of my favorite brands.
So isn't that correct me if I'm wrong, didn't
Bardstown.
Kenny mention
Bardstown.
do they do some sort of interaction with
Bardstown.
What did you say?
Feel like
Interaction or
They're a
erection?
don't they manufacture.
Interaction?
in her action.
Yeah. Oh, they're all up in her action.
Yeah, Bardstown. Yeah, they're one of my favorite labels right now.
Really?
Yeah. I had one. It was part of their, I think, their Fusion series. That was finished in cognac barrels.
Interesting.
And it had the best finish on
Such
it.
a big thing now with
Like not a burn. It
unique
was
finishes.
a higher proof, but no burn. Just this really silky, smooth, sweet finish on the back end of it. And I have like a half inch left on the bottom. I'm afraid to finish it because I
Don't be
can't
afraid.
I can't find it anymore. Like, I don't know if they make it anymore, if it was just a one off, but yeah. So this is just like their regular, just their origin series. It's a 96 proof. But yeah, it's delicious. I have 3 bottles of Bardstown.
What's the etching on the back?
It's corn.
Corn.
Yeah, it's
we,
corn.
we call it mace.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
That's another sad thing is just seeing how these tariffs are hurting
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
the
It's
bourbon
gonna.
industry.
It's yeah.
yeah. I mean, you see in Canada, and it's like
The
you know,
Cooperage was closed down for Brown Foreman.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, man, these are real
Yeah.
hardworking people.
And that
are
cooperage has been
there forever.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's
And I
still-
never did. You ever catch, or I don't know that I read any follow up that indicated it's just being dissolved and done, or is somebody buying it?
done.
They're just closing it.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, that's a
which one was that one?
Brown
Brown
Foreman's
Foreman, that's right,
cooperage.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how long has that been there for?
yeah,
Ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not a skill set that.
But
you
that
know,
was that on its way out before all
That's
this?
what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
If it's just follow
That
the
can't.
market.
I mean, because that's not. Because we've talked about this a number of times now about how, and you've brought it up several times, Rick, about how the bourbon industry is really taking a hit right now, or has been.
I
for
think it's
Well, I mean,
it's peaked.
it has
Yeah.
been taking a hit. It has
it's like
peaked,
NASCAR and wrestling,
but it doesn't help that
which are also
you're-
Rick's favorite thing.
Doesn't help that you're putting tariffs on this stuff as well.
No, it doesn't.
know,
But this has
it
been an ongoing.
accelerates-
Yeah,
it
yeah,
accelerates
does, it
these
does.
things.
Yeah, for sure, exacerbates the whole problem.
Yeah.
yeah, and which sucks because there's been this boom of all these new bourbons have been coming out, and then you're going to have this happen, which is going to kill their market.
Yeah.
And
There's
so
going to be a lot of absorption.
it will be. Yeah. Like they'll buy the bigger companies
The
will
big
buy those brands.
Diageos and others
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
industry.
Yeah. Or they'll be bought up by Japan, which is buying a ton of bourbon
Yep.
brands. So who knows? But yeah, it's a shame that there's been this kind of renaissance of bourbon, and I think that period is kind of over until this all gets figured out, or I don't know what happens. But I want to keep drinking this. That's all.
do your part.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
yeah,
my
yeah.
part.
do
Yeah.
your part.
So what else, guys? Anything else been on your mind?
Saw Nostra. What is it?
Oh,
My kids
did you?
saw that.
Yeah.
And what's your feedback?
Wow. It was.
Did you see it in the theater?
No. Yeah.
He acted it out at home.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. The way you acted, like pirate copy. Do we need to talk about this?
No. We don't have to talk about any of that.
Yeah.
But I love the
Art direction.
aspect ratio of the film.
Was it a 4:3?
It was like a 5:4.
Because they wanted to make it look more like the original, right?
So very square.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was it IMAX that you saw it in, or
Pretty much.
you're so specific?
No. I watched it like.
Did you watch it in theater?
I watched it. As
He
a
watched it
director-
on his iMac.
my iWatch as the director intended. square format.
As the director intended.
No,
I love that.
No, it just fascinated me to see.
I have the new Martin Scorsese Apple Watch.
It just
As the director intended.
fascinated me what an aspect ratio could do.
Yeah.
And it's
What did it do?
It
Boxed you in.
It made the framings of things so great. I mean,
Interesting.
and because
Well, that's an art. I mean, that's
exactly.
So
but
did you
but,
find
but,
there was
but
more
allows
of a vertical to everything?
no. It just
it makes it uncomfortable.
yeah.
That's like why if you want to make a scene dramatic and you want to make it feel uncomfortable, you push your subject closer to the edge instead of centering them. So there's this natural uneasiness about it. Like if they're facing to your right,
Just that unbalance.
you push them to the right half of the screen, so it makes it uncomfortable. So yeah, I mean, I can totally understand that.
I just love the aspect ratio.
I haven't seen it. So
Yeah, I mean, dude, just the DP of that film is
Yeah.
brilliant. I love the way.
I love that time period anyway. Like I'm a fan of that.
I just love the way they handled these nighttime scenes to where they really feel black and white, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
way it was
just
lit.
just really.
Did you
now-
think they shot them during the day and then did the filtering like
No. This
like
stuff
like in Nope? Like
No.
most of those scenes were shot during the day and
No,
they just did all the filtering.
no, this was definitely shot at night.
Oh, really? Okay.
But it was too long.
How long? What was the
could have been
runtime?
about 2 hours. It could have been a little shorter. Could have been a little
2 hours?
shorter.
So
Too long?
not
Yeah.
not about
For the
just
story,
the 2
for the
hours, but
story.
for the story and the way it was told.
But see, I didn't know the whole background behind the story. Like Tevin was telling me that, basically this is, the German version of Dracula.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But they couldn't use Dracula because it was copywritten. So they came up with this story.
Oh, interesting. Well, I wasn't aware of that.
I wasn't aware of that either. And it
What was
like,
the original date on the
I forget.
It was a
40s, 30s?
no, it was
earlier?
20s, right?
I'm not for sure.
Because it wasn't a talkie.
Right. It was a silent film. I would say it's probably late 20s.
Okay.
The weird thing was watching.
Rick, you get on that when the archives, and Rick's our built-in research team.
He's like, hang on, it's a pretty important scene in Severance.
2024.
Wow.
It was the 20s.
Wow. It was the 20s. That's nice.
Check on the when Nosferatu came out. Yeah, it's 2024.
1922.
Says, see?
Yeah.
Bingo. Yeah, I thought it was around the same time of like Metropolis,
Yeah. It's
which is Metropolis is still one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I thought Birth of a Nation was, but
Call him out.
Yeah.
just
It's the yin and yang of my personality. I love Kendrick Lamar, which really combats my love of Birth of a Nation. The two somehow coexist in my brain.
I had never seen Rear Window before, and so I started watching it like a week ago, and I just couldn't get through it.
Well, old movies are tough to get through. Sometimes.
Well, I mean, it was just getting like the sexism that
Oh yeah,
and
there's
doesn't hold up.
it's like, come here, lady.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah.
It's like
nice gams.
I know. It's like, whoa, what is going on?
Google, what's a game?
Fuck, man, it's just so weird to.
Yeah,
Well, you don't have to go back that far for things to be uncomfortable either.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
I mean,
That's
it's-
very, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Go to my wedding video.
we should have a watch party.
Oh, my wedding video.
No, actually, my wedding video is on D2 tape, and all of our D2 machines don't work anymore. And I want to ship it off somewhere.
Why is it on D2 tape?
Because
Because he's a nerd.
that was the highest.
demand this on day 2.
It was the highest quality format at the time, and it was like I wanted to make sure it was the first digital format on tape.
I want to preserve all the things that won't hold up well at all. I want to preserve the shit out of them on D2.
All this sexism looks crystal clear.
But I need to get it transferred. But I've got to take the label off because as a joke, I put on the label, wedding video plus honeymoon. So it's like if I ever ship this off, I got to make sure to make it exceedingly clear that there's nothing from the honeymoon.
You're gonna end up on the dark web.
Yeah,
Wait, you're already on the dark web. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
I am the dark web.
So you meant, is that still in theaters? Nosferatu?
Jamie's wedding video.
Yeah, is that you still playing that?
I think
Certain theaters.
only play.
Guy with the mop boy.
Yeah, the one that Paul Rubens went to.
The glory hole.
The bone hole.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
think
one.
it was just released on home video. I think, or
Oh, so you
for
can now
rental.
see it
yeah,
at home.
yeah.
I want to see the new Captain America. I take that as a no.
Yeah, I'm sort of. I don't
My
know,
daughter's
man.
boyfriend saw it last night. He said it was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'm just tired of the Marvel stuff, man. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting so tired of it. It's so saturated. It's like I just want to see.
I feel like it's run its course.
Yes and no. I mean, it's gonna have its core. I mean, I'm its audience for sure. But I think they just shotgun blasted everything there for a minute, and it was quantity over quality.
Yeah, too much too soon.
Just some of the compositing I've seen looks bad. I'll
Well,
be quite
yeah,
honest
yeah,
with
yeah.
you. I mean,
Well,
it just looks bad.
Yeah.
And
Well, the problem is that they always, 3 years from now, it's like, this movie's coming out on this date. It's
Yeah.
like, well,
Yeah.
you should just get a good product and then
Yeah.
release it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're beholden to a calendar for sure.
but I'm tired of paying the price for that. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, see, that's what we are, though.
Yeah.
Like, you can choose.
oh, I'm choosing. I'm choosing not to see it. I'm choosing to wait for the monkey. That looks pretty good.
That looks trippy.
a monkey.
It's based on a Stephen King short, and it looks bloody as fuck.
Yeah. And weirdly funny.
So
Yeah,
not to be
yeah.
confused with Monkey Man.
Would you
Oh.
see that one?
No, but I want to
No,
now
it's
after
pretty good.
reading what it's
No, I saw
about.
Monkey Man.
Yeah, did
That's
you
pretty
enjoy
good.
it?
Dude, it is John Wick on steroids.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're thinking of the Indian action.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking of the Robbie Williams.
Better Man.
Oh,
Better Man.
yeah,
I wanted
but
to
he's
see
a
that.
monkey.
He is a monkey in that, yeah.
I wanted to see that, and
Which-
they pulled it.
It tanked.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
They
spent-
they pulled it and wrote it off.
Yeah, it was like 100 million.
I thought I read some great reviews.
Oh,
on it,
yeah.
but it
And it-
just wasn't accepted.
Nobody understood it.
Well, and that's the thing.
And nobody
I
knows
think
who
they
Robbie
did
Williams is.
Yeah, I think they did a horrible job of at least letting people know what it was about. Because when I saw it at first, it was just like, oh, is this some sort of update on Planet of the Apes? What meets The Voice?
what was it about? I don't.
Robbie
It's about
Williams.
Robbie Williams. He
But
was a
they, for
huge
whatever
pop
reason,
star.
they personify him through this character that is like a human monkey.
CGI monkey.
He saw himself. That's what he said. He sees himself as a trick, a monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
do a show, dance, monkey, dance.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But it's supposed to be very well done.
there's
Yeah.
a clip. If you go on YouTube, there's the song "Rock DJ," which was like his huge worldwide hit back in the late '90s, and that director
Who?
Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams.
He's a British
UK.
singer.
He was in Take That. You have to. It was huge. He sold 70 million albums everywhere except the United States.
Yeah.
Oh, figures.
But he was in this band called Take That. They were like the Backstreet Boys of the UK. Anyway, that director did The Greatest Showman.
Oh,
And
interesting.
if you're familiar with the choreography
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff and the music on YouTube, there's a song, the song "Rock DJ," where they do this. It's basically made to look like a continuous shot, and they have the entire number up on YouTube. They were trying to get people to go see the movie, so they put like this up on. It is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard like.
That's why I wanted to go see it, and then they pulled the movie.
Yeah.
Is it better than the Two Girls in One Cup you sent me? That one?
Two girls in one cup.
That's
I don't
a
remember
deep
that one.
cut.
I don't remember that.
Jamie got sick the second time he watched it.
Third, fourth.
Oh, I remember.
What's it called? What's that called though?
What, the movie?
No. The YouTube that we need to find. Look,
Oh, it's called Regent Street.
Regent Street.
That's the name of the song's called Rock DJ. Just look up Better Man Rock DJ.
So have you seen the movie yet?
No, you can't see it. It's
Oh,
gone.
it's not available for streaming
It's
yet?
gone.
What do you
it
mean
came
it's
out. They
gone?
pulled it from the theaters.
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
But it's not
it's
available-
released today. I think they're releasing it on
On
digital.
digital.
today.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
they were talking about, since it had been nominated for an Academy Award or something or Golden Globe for VFX.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks
And-
amazing.
Yeah, well, the director used to be the head of VFX for
Is it Weta?
yes.
Look at me with
So he
references.
yeah. So that's like the monkey thing was like no problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got you. It's just all the models. It's just Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Caesar sings song.
You sit down now.
So anyway, yeah, I think it came out today, the 14th. I think.
Okay.
That they're gonna release.
Yeah, like I think the budget was like $100
$100 million.
and then they made 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said it hasn't been very successful in its target markets either.
From what
Which
I've
is
gathered,
weird.
kind of sad because it's a great story. I know very little about Robert Williams, but a traditional sort of typical, working struggle through addiction, but yeah, I mean, outside of the U.S.,
Any
he was
interviews
huge.
you watch with him, and he's like, he is very self-aware.
But
Yes.
but the main character is a monkey.
Yes.
It's him
Personified by
as
a monkey.
There's the guy has a 4-part documentary on Netflix. That basically he has all these mental health issues and all these addictions and all that.
He was self-prescribing to try to work through all of that.
It goes through his career. This documentary is 4-part, and it's basically most of it is him watching videos of himself. Like sitting in his house watching, I remember when this happened.
Wow.
And it's like, yeah, and he's like,
I remember this.
I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. And I could relate to that. But
Speaking of, Rick, what animal would personify you?
What would your
A leopard.
Like a badger?
A leopard.
a leopard.
A leopard to match that leopard skin underwear.
I don't have to think about that.
Everybody has their animal.
I don't know. I have to think about it.
Come back to us on that.
There's a.
I think you'd be a squirrel, dude.
He did this. The Robbie Williams guy. He did this concert He was on this world tour that cost $1 zillion to produce, and they were doing a show in a football stadium in Leeds, and they were going to shoot it for a music like a DVD, right?
Yeah.
Concert video, millions of dollars. So he did the first night and had a panic attack, and he said, "I can't do night 2. I can't do tomorrow."
Oh boy!
And his manager said, "If you don't, your career is over." He said, "You're going to have to pay all these people all this money. You're ending.
No pressure.
No pressure." So he did the second night, and that's the video.
Through the miracle of modern pharmacology.
And he shows you. It's like, okay, now watch this. And the whole time he's just going. He had this look on his face like he was,
God.
and he's like having a complete panic attack the whole time while he's doing this concert. And he keeps saying, "Fuck me."
that aren't part of the lyrics.
Yeah, he's singing and dancing, and "Fuck me." And he's like losing it. And he like went into rehab until the next
Fuck,
day.
I would watch that.
The guy's a mess.
Yeah.
So they just totally mismarketed.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if they'd focused on this.
But apparently the story is like, really good. I don't know. But from the monkey movie. No, I mean, it goes through his childhood. His dad abandoned him, and da-da-da-da.
But a monkey from the first frame, he's always a monkey in the film.
If you see that, they also have the title sequence online too. And it starts out, he goes, "Hi, I'm Robbie Williams. You don't know who I am, but let me tell you. I sold 1 zillion records and did all this shit, but this is how I see myself." And then it turns, boom, the movie turns into a monkey, and that's from that point on.
Gotcha.
He's just personified as a chimpanzee.
Yeah.
And the VFX are really good.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Because they mapped his face, so it's real eyes.
Oh, nice.
And then they did mocap and all that stuff
Yeah.
on his face. And then another guy actually the guy that played him was a dancer.
Oh,
that
to
did
improve
the
his
body.
choreography.
Yeah, it's fucking incredible.
I can't wait to see it. I want to see it.
Yeah, the director's crazy. There was talk that they were going to re-release it after they puked out this clip to put on YouTube, and they were like gauging interest. It's like, "Oh, look at this. This is what the whole movie is." And they're like, "Nah," didn't give a shit. They just nobody.
Wow.
They said, I read that they did a screening in Los Angeles with a Q&A with the director and Robbie Williams in a theater in LA, and 6 people showed up.
Oh, fuck. Jesus.
My God.
Yeah. So they're like, I don't think anybody wants to see this.
Ed Wood could draw a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
My wood could.
Well, tune in next
low-hanging
time
fruit.
for Boone's movie review.
I haven't even seen it.
Wow.
I saw 3 minutes of it, and I wanted to see the rest. But it's like I got online. It's like, oh, what the fuck? This movie's not anywhere, and it literally was
Pulled it.
They
Yeah.
pulled it.
Oh, that's terrible.
That sucks. Well, it's on my list of what things I want to see. So, but
Well, I think it's out today.
oh, cool. Then I guess.
Oh,
I'm
What did it get in Rotten Tomatoes, real quick, just out of curiosity?
Oh, like a 98%.
See, that's crazy. Isn't it?
Well, it just goes to show you, like, movies are very, they're very individualistic. Like,
Yep.
they speak to you in a certain way.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's this movie that came out several years ago. It's like this quasi superhero movie before Marvel was big. It's called Griff the Invisible, and it's a fantastically written movie. I highly recommend it. But it's like this small, very independent. And it's about this guy who's going through like this kind of mental breakdown, and he thinks he's a superhero. He thinks he's this invisible guy. Then you're like halfway through the movie, you don't know if he's really a superhero or not. But the script writing in it is brilliant. It's got this one moment, and I can't remember the exact line, but so I've been really getting into a lot of scientific stuff and the universe, and like puts Tony to bed every night. But it's talking about how the universe is huge, and there's a mathematical scale for it. But also, if you look internally, like us down to a single atom is also
Huge. Yeah, it's
But
huge.
they're comparable.
Yes.
And
Yep.
we're literally like right in the middle. And there's
Yep.
this line in the movie like talking about what's real, and this girl that's attracted to Griff. She's like,
I just think of McGriff the crime dog. Sorry.
that's McGruff.
Okay, McGruff. Okay.
You
enough.
You could take a bite out of crime as well.
Take a bite out of crime.
But yeah, and she's like, you get a telescope and you can look out to the stars and you see infinity. You look
Yep.
at a microscope and you look
Same.
and you can see infinity, and there we are, smack right dab in the middle. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
just this beautiful line in this movie. So I highly recommend Griff the Invisible if you ever get a chance. You are
Griff
bored.
the Invisible.
Yeah, so it's very sweet and like just like an innocent.
A little independent.
Yeah, it's like kind of
See,
British, but
Those are the things I really enjoy more so now is just
the small stuff.
small surprise
That's what his
films,
wife says.
You know.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Better Man got an 88%.
And Rick brings us back.
That's right.
I'm actually excited about.
Well, you asked.
I want to watch The Gorge tonight. That looks pretty interesting, and
The gorge.
I saw a post. Is that
it's gotten good reviews.
What is it?
Miles Teller in that?
Taylor, what's her name? Joy. She was in.
Oh yeah, the Queen's Gambit.
Queen's
lady.
Gambit?
Yeah, yeah.
Love her.
But is Miles Teller in it?
There's a dude in it, but I'm not for sure who the guy is.
There's a dude in it.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, but it looks.
Again, welcome to Boone's movie review.
There's a next up. There's a guy in it.
No, it looks
He's
sort
a
of.
monkey and he dances around.
It looks sort of intriguing.
What
It's
is
like,
it?
well, these two people, they're sent to this gorge, and one person.
Oh, it's not about eating.
And this one person's supposed to be on this side of the gorge, other person's supposed to be on this side of the gorge, and their job is to make sure nothing comes out of the gorge. But they cannot communicate with each other. They are supposed to be enemies.
It's like a modern horror film.
Yeah. And it looks really, really
Who's the director?
interesting. I'm not for sure.
What comes out of the gorge? Like monsters and stuff.
I don't know.
Monsters and stuff.
A dude.
Sounds
Hey, what's going on? I've been down here in the gorge the whole time. It's really dark.
Hey, you.
We're throwing shit in the gorge.
It's just the whole movie. It's just him saying the gorge over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing stuff there in the gorge.
I loved her in the menu though, man.
The menu.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
She was
That was a
great.
bizarre movie.
Queen's
Yeah.
Gambit.
Yeah, I've
Was
never
she the
watched
one?
that
She's
yet.
the one in.
do yourself
You haven't
a
watched
favor.
that? You watched
Watch
that?
No.
Oh, yeah, well, it's great.
Here, I'll give you a reason to pull you in. It's actually based on a true story, and the girl
Yeah.
is from Kentucky.
Yes, I knew that. Yep.
No, Kentucky.
Yeah, the character in the movie lives in Lexington.
That's one of one of the reasons why I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
I watched Queen and Slim. Have you seen that?
Queen and Slim.
Yeah, it's like a kind of a modern day Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, cool.
Who's in it?
Daniel, I can't pronounce it. Kaluuya, the guy from Get Out.
Oh, like him.
Yeah, and then I don't know the girl that's in it. And then Bokeem Woodbine's in it. Also surprised that I did not know was going to be in it was Sturgill Simpson is in it as
Oh
well.
wow.
really?
Oh wow.
Yeah, so the
Interesting.
premise is like there's this couple and they go on a first date and they're African American and then they get pulled over and then that's a bad cop and then things go terribly wrong. Sturgill plays the terrible cop, which is
Perfect.
It's like
Yeah.
Totally
It's the
opposite, but-
antithesis of what
Yeah.
what Sturgill Simpson
but would
is.
present that way, perfect for
Yeah,
casting.
and it's because you mentioned Kentucky because it takes place in Ohio, and then they go on the Lamb, and then they go through Kentucky, and there's a whole scene in that. But it starts out kind of like, I don't know if I'm into this movie because it feels a little cheesy and predictable.
Yeah.
But as it builds up, it gets really, really good. It's beautifully shot.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's some really cool scenes.
Is this a recent release, or
year and a half ago, 2 years
Okay.
ago? Yeah, fairly new.
did you just stumble upon it?
No, I'd seen it the previous for it. I thought, oh, that looks really good because it looks like this Bonnie and Clyde, approach, but with a modern take on, it was, definitely came out around. It was shot during like Black Lives Matter, so
Yeah.
there was this undertone to it. But yeah, it's great. I highly recommend it.
Nice.
The Gorge is on Apple TV today.
Yep. That's what I'm
I
saying.
love our research department. It's so strong.
Boone's movie review.
So-
Well,
got-
hey, I'll give you something that's a
Movie
complete
reviews.
a complete non-segue, and you can even put it under what I think should be a new category for every podcast, which is decide and determine a valuable PSA for the massive audience out there. It is skunk season right now. It is
There's a skunk season?
It's
Yeah.
skunk mating season, and I know that because while I was in DC on a gig, our little
I
rat
watched
terrier.
two.
I watched two skunks doing their part to populate for the future.
He showed her his bone.
Oh,
hole.
dude, it was a big bone.
Thanks, Pepe Le Pew.
See, and that's the thing. Pepe Le Pew could never do that shit in this day and age.
No,
No, of
but
course,
but
yeah.
back to my PSA.
But that cat always
just
put the
get
white on
canceled.
his. Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to my PSA.
Yeah, Pepe got canceled a long time ago.
While I'm in DC, in the middle of the night, one of the dogs need to go out. Mary lets them out. It's dark, and she thinks she sees a squirrel, and her first thought is, "Oh, you poor squirrel! You better get away because this dog is getting real close."
Oh, did he
Oh,
get sprayed?
no.
Oh, right in the kisser. I mean, lit him up.
And you're like, thank God I'm in DC.
yes.
But he probably smelled it when he came back, though. 'cause-
Yes.
I mean, it's.
Like 4 baths of that dog. I mean, because it's an oil, 4 baths. And like, even as I pulled in 2 days later or a day later, the dog didn't go through the house or anything, but I smell it in the garage.
Yeah, it's bad.
Mary had just residual from being
Close.
around, like
Yep.
ended up having to use the shampoo, just burn everything that the dog touched. I mean, horrible. But here's what's more fascinating. She goes to Feeders, a local pet supply place, finds the shampoo, and as she's checking out, the guy's like, and she waited for them to open that morning. And so was there at whatever, 7 a.m. or 8 a.m.
Lady, you stink.
Well, no offense, but
Here, just take it. Just take it. Just take it.
Yeah, it's free, lady.
yeah.
Either you're smelling, you're smoking the weed, or
You got any more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every morning when he's opened the store, somebody's been there waiting.
oh, really?
It's proliferating
Yeah.
because it's mating season. So you're seeing them on roadside kills.
yeah.
Vets are getting calls, and it trickles all the way through. So we have one of the fences, radial fence.
Yep.
And she's shampooed his collar, and it's like, just throw that away. We'll get a new one. Calls up, we're selling like crazy. Like, it's that time of year, and every day they're getting requests for replacement collars
good to
because
know.
of the same thing.
When
So
Wendy and I first got married.
keep your eye out if you let dogs out.
Well, yeah,
Scan the yard.
I mean, every now and then we can. They're around our neighborhood.
When we first got
They're
married,
doing it now.
Our cat got sprayed.
He got Pepe Le Pew'd.
He got Pepe.
And ever try to give a cat
Did it have a
bath?
white stripe on its back
Okay.
too?
No, that's
It's
not.
my wife, man. Literally, it was. I did not want to go in the bathroom, and but I hit one in my truck about 2 years ago, and
It
dude,
lingers forever.
it was about 6 months.
Yeah,
You had a
dude.
skunk in your trunk?
They hit it.
No, I hit a skunk
That's
with
his
my
jam.
truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got a skunk in your trunk full of junk?
You're a punk. Get a skunk in
You
your
get a
trunk
skunk in your trunk.
from a bone hole.
Yeah, so PSA, the more you know. Skunk mating season.
Better Man is available on Apple TV. You can rent it for $19.99.
Those are two separate PSAs, Rick.
Or
We're
you
not
can buy it for
combining.
$24.99 with the iTunes extras.
Just go ahead and buy it.
I'm going to buy it because you get.
I know.
The director's commentary and the making of.
Why would you
feature
rent it? Why would
you
you
get
rent
Monkey
it?
Man
Why would you
doll?
rent it for $19 if you could buy it for $20?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
they
come
know
on.
what
Right
they're
there, and I'm
doing.
going to
Look
do
at
it.
Show the camera.
Fucking Tim
my
Apple.
night.
It's my night. Happy Valentine's Day.
to me.
I'm going to get all skunky and watch the monkey movie.
Skunky and monkey.
Some of that skunk.
So
Watch
Rick,
the monk.
what are you doing special for the
Yeah.
missus tonight?
What's
I just
going on?
told you.
Oh,
I'm watching this monkey movie. I got Papa John's coming. And
does she know anything about this movie at all? Okay, then don't say a word about it being a monkey.
I'm going to say that.
Oh, that's awesome. What are you talking about? Why is he a monkey? Why is he a what?
What do you see?
It's Robbie Williams.
what do you see?
Take your monkey glasses off.
And report back. Let us know how that went.
I don't
Let
know.
us
I
know
can
how
tell you
you're
what it would be right now.
What would it be?
What the fuck are we watching?
Yeah. Do you have any plans with the missus tonight?
We're probably going to, like I said, we're going to get Chinese food.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Not
mentioned that.
people.
Yeah.
And we're going to probably watch Severance and The Gorge.
yeah.
Nice.
I actually
Matthews.
had my Valentine's last evening.
Whoa.
He always does it early.
What about Renee? What about Renee?
No, she wasn't there.
He wined and dined himself and then couldn't keep his hands off
He's
himself.
like, God damn it! I woke up and my business card was in my own pocket. Said, "Call me later." Wait,
Your money's on the dresser,
He
Rick.
just had a hollowed out French loaf.
We,
Bono.
I had a Valentine's dance at Kingfish.
No,
What?
you did
Yep.
not.
Yep.
What was-
Nothing
What?
says Valentine's
What was the age
Day.
group?
Oh, older than me. No, I don't know.
there was a Valentine's dance at
Kingfish.
Kingfish.
Yeah, with the Rigby's.
Was this the one on the river?
wow.
Yeah, it's Zorn Avenue, the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a catering room, ballroom
Yeah.
on the top. And we had
Is that above?
fish and fries and the Beatles.
Is
So
that,
was our?
is that above review or?
It's on the side of it. It's like the Kingfish restaurant, and it's the second floor of the Kingfish restaurant.
Gotcha.
They have like a catering room in there.
Yeah.
It's the fourth year we've done it.
Nice.
So yeah, it's fish.
So that
and-
was last night.
fish and Beatles. Yes. Sold it out.
Beatles.
We sold it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Very
dude.
nice.
So I don't have to do anything. I'm done.
You're done.
Yes. So I'm just going to watch my monkey movie.
Smoke my skunk and watch
Get
that
all
monkey.
skunky and watch the monkey.
What about you, J-Man?
Well, Tony's recovering from the flu. Maggie comes home from college today.
Oh, nice.
And then Emma and her boyfriend are going out to dinner. So I think it's just pizza and just chilling.
Chill,
Yeah.
relax.
Probably some more bourbon. That sounds good.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's any question. That's
No,
happening.
I've yeah.
It's Friday. I mean, yeah, it's
Yeah, and I'm home, which I leave again next week for my fourth show on the road. So it's this will be my seventh show I've worked on since the first of the year.
Crazy
I'm really
busy.
surprised that Chapless dance ass group is really taking off.
Yeah, we've done well. We've
Yeah.
done really well.
Well, it's a feast or famine.
Chapless ass. Yes. You mean assless chap.
There you go. Whatever.
No. I mean, we've done really well against the wind. It's
Against the wind. Against the wind.
that's the name of the band.
Nice. What was that one dude that you showed me? That one band that you showed me. The dude that
Bob Seger
covers.
he was from Australia and he was dancing around with just chaps naked.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up
the
for
wind.
Against the Wind.
It was either this or Night Move.
Night moves.
Against the
Chapless.
Sorry. I'm out of it today.
A guy from Australia with chapless.
You showed me a music video of this
chapless ass.
assless chap. Whatever. I need some more.
Chapless. That's a good name, chapless ass.
It is.
Just love that.
Who's your lead
Seger
singer?
cover
Chapless
band.
ass.
Bob Seger cover band.
We've been here long enough.
Yeah, I think it's probably
that's a
we'll
good
end it
hour.
there.
You're an hour and 10.
We'll end it there.
Oh, my glasses are fogging up.
Well,
Yeah.
so again, I guess a final PSA. If you haven't already, you're part of the Walgreens crowd. I guess you're going to head out and get that little heart-shaped the bear holding a heart and a box of chocolates.
God.
You can get those roses at the Speedway. That come in a little plastic tube.
And a 1-inch, it's just a cigarette. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just a cool pack of cools. And
I'm seriously going to
Some of those candies
I
that
do
say
have
"Be
to-
mine" on them.
I do have to stop by and just like look at the poor dudes that
Yeah.
have like 3 cards to choose from.
Yep.
You know, actually 3D printed a card this year.
You mark out
3D
grandma.
printed a card.
Yeah.
What? Okay, explain. Like,
There was some models I found that it'll print multicolor
yeah.
and it'll.
I can do that on my regular printer with
No.
paper.
No, but this is like a 3D printed.
Oh, like an origami 3D sort of thing.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
But it's the Senate room from Star Wars.
she's gonna love it.
Well, I keep thinking about those guys you're talking about with the 3 cards left and where they're just marking out grandma and writing wife.
I know.
For my beautiful grandma. Wife.
Yeah, it's
Congratulations on your colostomy.
Want to do it?
Yeah. Happy colostomy day.
Well, again, we reference it from time to time, but there's that great episode of The Office on Valentine's Day where poor Pam watches Phyllis get gifts all day long from Bob of Bob Vance
Oh, yeah,
Refrigeration. And at the end, when at the time she's still dating Roy, I guess, and he comes up and she's like, "Yeah, what's wrong? It's just been a rough day. Why? I've just been watching Phyllis get, Valentine's gifts all day, and you haven't got me anything. Oh, well, just you wait. When we get home, you're going to get the best sex of your life." So again, PSA: if that's your plan, rethink it and go to Walgreens.
It is kind of unfortunate that it's skunk season around Valentine's Day.
See?
Screw
The
you, mother.
skunks are feeling randy.
Love is in the air.
literally.
And love smells.
Yes, literally, love is in there.
Oh, mon chéri.
Oh, why you trying to run away?
Does not hold up. well.
Okay, that's it.
And we just got canceled.
Yeah.
So this is a good one, guys. Even though it was a long time before we've.
Had no agenda, just freeform jazz odyssey.
Yeah. So maybe the next one we'll have a friend come in and hang out with.
Unless
Well-
they hear this.
And then they're like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
We missed out our tech talk this week, so we'll have to bring in some tech.
Yeah.
And I would have seen the monkey movie by the next
Yeah, we'll
time.
get a full review
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Full
Boone's
review
movie.
of Monkey
It's
Review.
movie reviews.
Yeah.
But it was about this guy who was a monkey.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah.